Have you ever wondered why some people seem genuinely happy, energetic, and fulfilled, while others spend their entire lives chasing success but still feel empty inside? Why do some people wake up every morning excited for the day ahead, while others struggle to find a reason to get out of bed? Most people think happiness comes from money. Others think it comes from success, status, or achievement. But what if the secret to a meaningful life is much simpler than we think? What if the key to happiness is not found in having more, but in knowing why you live? This is the powerful idea behind the book Ikigai. The word Ikigai comes from Japan and roughly means a reason for being, a reason to wake up every morning, a reason to keep moving forward. The authors of this book traveled to Okinawa, Japan, one of the regions with the highest number of centenarians in the world. People there regularly live beyond 100 years of age. But what surprised researchers was not just how long they lived, it was how happy, active, and energetic they remained even in old age. Many of them still worked, many still had hobbies, many still contributed to their communities, and almost all of them had something in common. They had a strong sense of purpose. They had an Ikigai. One of the biggest problems in modern life is that many people have lost their sense of purpose. They wake up, go to work, come home, scroll through social media, sleep, and repeat the same routine again. Days become weeks, weeks become years, and eventually, life starts feeling meaningless. The book teaches that human beings are not designed to live without purpose. We need a reason to move forward. We need something that makes life worth living. Without purpose, even success can feel empty. This is why finding your Ikigai is so important. Another powerful lesson from the book is that happiness is found in the journey, not the destination. Most people believe they will finally be happy when they achieve a certain goal, when they earn more money, when they get promoted, when they buy a bigger house, when they become successful. But every achievement creates another goal, and every goal creates another chase. As a result, people spend their entire lives waiting for happiness instead of experiencing it. The people of Okinawa think differently. They find joy in everyday life. They enjoy simple moments. They appreciate small pleasures. And because of that, happiness becomes a daily experience instead of a future destination. The book also explains the importance of staying active. One reason people in Okinawa live so long is that they never truly retire. They continue doing meaningful activities throughout their lives. They garden, they walk, they create, they help others. They stay involved. In many parts of the world, retirement is seen as the ultimate goal. People work for decades hoping to eventually stop working. But the people of Okinawa show us something different. The goal is not to stop being useful. The goal is to continue doing meaningful things for as long as possible. Purpose keeps the body active, and an active body supports a healthy mind. Another important concept in the book is flow. Flow is a mental state where you become completely absorbed in what you are doing. You lose track of time. You stop worrying about everything else, and you become fully present. Think about an activity you love so much that hours pass like minutes. Maybe it's writing, drawing, playing music, building something, learning something new. That feeling is called flow. And according to the book, flow is one of the greatest sources of happiness. When you spend more time doing things that create flow, life becomes more enjoyable and meaningful. The authors also discovered that strong relationships are one of the biggest factors behind a happy life. The people of Okinawa have close communities. They support one another. They spend time together, and they rarely feel isolated. In today's world, many people are more connected online than ever before, yet loneliness continues to increase. The book reminds us that human connection is essential. Success means very little if you have nobody to share your life with. Strong relationships improve happiness, reduce stress, and even help people live longer. Another lesson from Ikigai is the importance of simplicity. Modern society constantly tells us that we need more money, more possessions, more status, more achievements. But the people of Okinawa focus on what truly matters. They live simple lives. They avoid unnecessary stress. They appreciate what they already have. and because of that, they experience greater peace. The book teaches that happiness often comes from removing unnecessary complications rather than adding more things. One of the most famous ideas in the book is a Japanese practice called Hara Hachi Bu. This means eating until you are 80% full. Instead of overeating, people stop before they feel completely full. This simple habit helps them maintain a healthy weight and avoid many health problems. The lesson here goes beyond food. It teaches moderation. Many problems in life come from excess. Too much stress, too much work, too much consumption, too much distraction. Balance is often the key to long-term happiness. The book also emphasizes the importance of lifelong learning. Many people stop learning after school. They stop challenging themselves. They stop growing. But the happiest people remain curious throughout their lives. They continue reading. They continue exploring. They continue improving. Curiosity keeps the mind young. Growth gives life excitement. And learning helps us adapt to a changing world. Perhaps the most important lesson in Ikigai is that purpose is not something you suddenly discover overnight. Many people are searching for one perfect answer, one magical moment that reveals their purpose. But the book suggests a different approach. Purpose is often built slowly, through experience, through exploration, through trying new things, through following your interests. You do not need to have your entire life figured out today. You simply need to keep moving forward. With every experience, you learn more about yourself. And over time, your Ikigai becomes clearer. In the end, Ikigai teaches us a simple but life-changing truth. A meaningful life is not created by chasing happiness. It is created by living with purpose. Stay active. Build strong relationships. Keep learning. Enjoy simple pleasures. Find activities that create flow. Take care of your health. And most importantly, discover a reason to wake up every morning. Because when you have a reason to live, life becomes richer, happier, and more fulfilling. That is the timeless wisdom behind Ikigai, and it may just change the way you live your life forever. Next book, Kali Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, Strong Rahegi, Script opening. Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, they're just naturally gifted? They were born stronger. They had better opportunities. David Goggins wants you to stop believing that, because according to him, most people never even come close to reaching their true potential. In fact, Goggins believes that when your mind tells you that you're exhausted, defeated, or incapable of going any further, you're often only operating at about 40% of your actual capacity. This idea became known as the 40% rule, and it completely changed the lives of millions of people around the world. But David Goggins wasn't born strong. He wasn't born confident, and he definitely wasn't born successful. As a child, he faced poverty, racism, abuse, fear, and self-doubt. By his early 20s, he was overweight, unhappy, and stuck in a life he hated. Most people would have accepted that reality. David Goggins refused. Instead, he made a decision to stop running from pain, a decision to stop making excuses, a decision to become the hardest person he could possibly become. And that single decision transformed his entire life. In this video, you'll learn the powerful lessons from Can't Hurt Me and discover why the biggest obstacle between you and the life you want is not your circumstances. It's the limits you've placed on yourself. In the end, Ikigai teaches us that happiness is not something we find. It is something we create through purpose, meaningful work, strong relationships, and small daily habits. You do not need a perfect life to be fulfilled. You simply need a reason to wake up each morning, because a life with purpose is not only longer, it is happier, healthier, and far more meaningful. That is the timeless wisdom behind Ikigai. If you enjoyed this summary, subscribe to Dark Wisdom for more powerful book lessons that can transform your mindset and your life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.